Hi everybody, namaste. My name's Yassi. I'm going to be cooking with you this afternoon a spinach and feta and pumpkin roll. So let's get started. I've got some ingredients here which I've already pre-prepared. So first of all, we are going to put our heat on and then I'll talk you through the ingredients at the same time. Okay. Alright, so first thing we do is we take our olive oil, and it's about 2 tablespoons, and we're just adding it to the pan as it's heating. We've got some fresh onion and garlic here. Now you could use approximately half an onion and maybe 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, can you see? And we're going to be adding them to the pan, but if you are adverse to onion and garlic, you can use a Indian spice called asafoetida. I always slow that down when I say it because it's a big long word, asafoetida, and that is a great substitute and replacement for onion or garlic. So we've just added them to our pan. I'm going to get that up to about a medium heat. We've pre-prepared some pumpkin. So this was around 500 grams of pumpkin, and just any pumpkin will do. So whether it's a Jap pumpkin or a Kent pumpkin, doesn't matter. Just cut it into cubes and add some olive oil, salt, pepper, and whack that in the oven for about 25 minutes. So it comes out nice and brown and soft. So we want to cook our onion and garlic so that it is translucent. We don't want it to have any colour, but we do want it to be soft. And while this is cooking, we're going to add some spices. So we've got here some cumin powder, which is about 1 teaspoon, I guess. I'm not the best at measuring things. Then we've got some turmeric, so that's about half a teaspoon. And turmeric is like a mega amazing healing herb. So I try and put a little bit into all the savoury dishes that I make. It's really earthy and gives things a good flavour and a little bit of colour. So we'll just mix those through. And then we've got some salt and pepper. So again, maybe half a teaspoon of ground pepper, and the salt maybe a teaspoonful, so it's quite a bit. These ones we save for later. So it's starting to smell pretty nice. Onions are starting to cook. And we've got some mixed herbs. So any mixed herbs will do. We just used herbs that were already dried, but you could add basil or coriander or parsley, whatever you like. Okay, and to this we'll then add our spinach, which is around 400 grams. So this is using the frozen spinach out of the packet. That's quite fine for this kind of dish. It's had a little bit of time to defrost, so it's a bit smoky and noisy. And then to that we'll add our pumpkin. Mixing that through, and you kind of want to mash the pumpkin down now so it becomes like a binding agent. So instead of using something like egg or some other kind of seeds, we're just using the pumpkin to create that stickiness that we want in our roll. So you can see that that's all coming quite nicely smooth. And then we add some feta cheese, so you can either get dairy feta or vegan feta, whichever you prefer. And that's about 200 grams. And I'll just mix that in as well. So it's starting to look really nice and creamy now. And we'll just let that cook there for just another minute or 2. Okay, so now that our spinach mixture is ready, I'm going to take some puff pastry, and this is the fun bit where you get to be a little bit messy. So we'll take this pastry. It's just Pampers puff pastry that you can buy at the supermarket. You could make your own if you feel adventurous. We're going to cut that into half and then place them like so. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of olive oil and just wipe it over one edge of the pastry. We want to have our tray ready for the oven. oven. Also at this time is a really good time to make sure that your oven is preheated to around 220 degrees. Okay, I'm going to take just some good sized spoonfuls of our mixture and place them along the non-oiled side of our roll. So this will probably make approximately 4 long rolls, this amount. So you can make more or less according to your desire. Okay, so we've still got like the blue plastic on the bottom and we've left it like that for a reason. So if you just want to take your mixture and start to fold it in, and we draw away this plastic. This just stops it from getting too messy. So we draw that away and then we roll at the same time. You can let your mixture cool down a little bit more than we have here. And then you will end up with a very nice roll. So if you were to pick this up now, it would just fall apart. So that's why we have left the plastic. Transport it over to the tray. You can just roll it off and roll it back on. So you can just do that again. And then just pulling the pastry towards you and folding. Taking the lining off the bit that's going to fold under. And if your filling is hot, your pastry is going to want to start melting, so you really need to work quickly. Fold that guy around. Nice and smooth and into the tray. Once you've got them in the tray, you can add a few sesame seeds, so just a sprinkle. And then you're also going to just take a little drizzle of oil or butter or ghee and just slide that over the top. That just helps them to brown. Okay, that's that. And then the last thing to do is to chop them into your pieces. So you just want to take a nice sharp knife and maybe cut them once, twice, cut to the bottom but not all the way through. And that's it. We're going to put them in the oven for around 30 minutes and come back when they're done. So we just got these out of the oven. They're nice and crispy and golden brown. We're just going to cut them. You can see that the tops of them go really nice and crunchy, and that's how you know they're done. If you flick them over and the pastry is looking still kind of the same color as it was when you put it in, it means they're not ready. So then you can just plate them nicely, serve them with some healthy salad to balance, and of course some tomato sauce. Alright, well, thank you very much everybody for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.